All right, there we go. It is holy mackerel. It's the end of January, January 30th. I'm not sure what happened to January, but it's gone. But anyway, I got some cool stuff to share with you guys. Can't wait to get into where we're going, but also where we just came from. I wanted to share a little bit about our event this last week, which was absolutely awesome. There was four people that we did white labels for. We got on the boat Thursday evening. Everybody kind of got a good night's sleep, and then we took off for Catalina in the morning. And by Sunday, we had four complete white labels up and running, ready to go. So it was really, really cool. And it was even better because I had the four people plus me and Brady were kind of coordinating everything. And then I had my two crew members that were really driving the boat, running the boat, and fishing to catch our dinners. So that was really cool too. So every time they would catch a fish, they'd come up, show it in the window, and everybody'd take pictures. It was pretty neat. And then everybody got a little bonus on Sunday morning before we started to head across. I asked everybody, I go, would anybody like to catch a fish themselves? And we went off to the east end of the island, and everybody on board got to catch fish. So that was pretty cool. So needless to say, everybody was totally into it. And it was just an awesome trip. We ate like kings and queens and had steak and lobster dinners and fresh fish. And it was just really cool. So in these white labels that we created, it was the whole enchilada. We set up the Kartra account. So they've got a product now, membership area, the whole enchilada in Kartra. We set up their white label, and we also set up Zapier to zap the integrations across to create the accounts when somebody orders from their Kartra. So it was really, really, really cool. I'm pretty sure everybody that was on board was very excited about the outcome. So, any questions about that? Now that we've kind of got this thing dialed in as far as, how to put these white labels together, I actually documented every step. Every step, everything I did, I took a screenshot and put a very long PowerPoint together, needless to say, because there's a screenshot literally of every click that I did from start to finish and creating their white label account, hooking it up with Zapier, the whole enchilada. So it'll be very, very easy for somebody to follow that wants to do a white label on Quantum. And the next thing I have to do in Quantum, there's a thing called God mode, and that's where you can create your own apps for your own white label. And I need to go through. I did not document that portion of it because everybody was doing something different. All four had completely different ideas. And I got to tell you, some had like multiple ideas of what they're going to use this thing for. So we kind of went all over the place as far as ideas of what to white label and all that. But needless to say, a lot of industries are going to get a tool set coming down the road for them. So, any questions? Anybody got any questions or anything about? Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, I would love to go on one of those trips, but I'm vegetarian. So if all you're eating is fish and lobster, as delightful as that used to be when I would eat it, I'm not going to be able to go on the boat with you unless there's other
Oh,
options.
we
Anyway,
we
I'll eat your fish and lobster for you there, Richard. I'll just help you out, let you know.
we accommodated all options. Like Delilah told me she was what was it, gluten free. So we had to get all the gluten free stuff for her. So everybody got to put in a sheet beforehand of what they would and wouldn't eat. So we made sure that we were appropriate for everyone. So We had some
Oh,
non-meat eaters and some gluten-free and sugar-free and you name it. So we accommodated all.
yeah.
But
Well, I prefer the gluten-free and sugar-free too when I can get it, but I'm not as as hardcore on that about as I am about just staying on the vegetarian side. My blood type, I like meat and that sort of stuff, but it just does not like meat. Anyway, the important question is now that you've got chat bots and all that sort of stuff going, that's all cool. Are you gonna start venturing into the area of actually setting up autonomous agents?
I don't really know if I'm going to get into the autonomous agents. I just got another program that I'm probably going to wind up white labeling. It's an advanced version of the Build a Becky bot, and it actually has a talking head bot to it. And you can actually talk back and forth with it. It's voice activated. So that one is really, really cool. I'm going to be playing around with that one over the next couple weeks, and we'll probably get into that. But I mean, there's all levels of bots. They're coming out with some really, really, really in-depth stuff. So I don't know how deep I'm going to get into that because quite honestly, most people, and I always go where the money is. I don't try and pick something that is so remote and that nobody knows what to do with it and all that. I go for where the market is. And there's a massive market for people that are going to need basic bots put on their website. That's going to be the easy money. So I will probably stay in that bucket. That's I like to swim and
I was
push the
just
$100 bills out of my way.
I was just wondering because one of the things I tried to put together near the end of last year, and while the guy I was working with did a demo that it worked wonderfully. As soon as I tried doing it, I spent 6 weeks, and the more I worked on it, the worse it worked. But the one I wanted to do was that specifically in uh, the home contracting arena, and I'm guessing that most other businesses are probably like that. But the stats in home services is that 60% of all the incoming phone calls are never answered. And if you go up to, okay, well, they were answered, but they were only followed up with once, that goes up to 80%. And what I was looking for and trying to build, I think the technology's finally caught up, but what he was saying and I was trying to build was it answers all the phone calls 24/7. It will answer questions. It will do all the things that BeckyBot does. It will even set an appointment. And then the kicker is, though, it will then call back the person 5 minutes before the appointment to confirm that they're actually ready for the appointment. And if they are, it will then live transfer them to the business owner. If you had that, you just doubled their business because you're answering all the calls that they never get, setting appointments with them and all that sort of stuff. So that one's worth a bundle. And that's the one that I'd really like to have. And then, of course, once you have that, it's very easy to modify it to then do outbound calls. So
Yeah.
that's where I on it.
Are you familiar with Jeff Mills?
Jeff Mills, how do
Yeah,
you spell
Jeff Mills, Mills. He's got a program called Smart AI, and in Smart, it's SMAIRT. So like smart with AI in the middle of it. And he's got a system that sounds very, very similar to what you're talking about. It'll do the calling, inbound, outbound, and it will actually engage someone from a text.
Yeah, this will too. The whole point is that no matter how they do it, there's actually two workflows. They can stay in text and they can go through the appointment setting and all that stuff with text and get the text prior to all the rest of it. But the big thing is if you just add the voice to the text part of it, that's technically that's sort of obviously what you're doing, but technically it requires a whole lot more than that. But if they can actually then say, if basically you text it says if you'd like to speak with someone, just click this button and then it connects them to the AI, and that's a pretty easy part. But yeah, the text for the follow-up. But if you can do that with voice, that's even better, because then people, these voices and stuff are so damn good right now. I mean, there's a gal called Julia McCoy, and she is worth following on YouTube. Unfortunately, well, interestingly, I should say,
I
she's
saw her
never
on
there.
Love Boat.
She's never there, but she's created an AI clone of herself, and I defy anybody to tell that it's an AI and it's not really her doing it.
Yeah, it's come a long way, but if you check out Jeff's smart I think he's probably got what you're looking for. He's the one that back in probably about 6 months ago, he was telling me about it. And he said, yeah, he goes, I'll test it out on you. And I said, okay, that would be great. And then I forgot about it. Like a week later, I'm sitting in my living room in the evening watching some TV show, and bing, I get a text, and it's some girl, and I'm like, oh, who's this? I don't recognize who this is. And she asked me about Acquisition. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, it's a prospect. So I start texting back and forth with her. And I'm texting back and forth with her for like a half hour before I figured out it was a bot. And and it was pretty funny. And then I realized it was his smart AI. But I got to tell you, it was really, really good. I mean, it was literally engaging me, asking questions and seeming interested, and it was pretty interesting.
Well, the thing is that a lot of this AI stuff is going under the radar because I didn't realize it. But on December 20th of last year, our Christmas present globally was that they have a test that they basically run the AI through to see how close they are to actually human abilities to reason and follow up and all that sort of stuff. And it hit 88.8%. And even earlier in August, it was about August 15th, BMW deployed the first autonomous AI robot, and it completely assembled from step one to the last step, a complete auto chassis without any human intervention, 100% correct. So there are, iRobot is alive and well and actually working right now. I mean, there's robots on the assembly line assembling cars right now. I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's really incredible what is actually happening. Like the automations, that's one of the things that Perry had been talking about in in a lot of his stuff. He was talking about the robotics, connecting the robotics into all of this. And pretty wild stuff. I mean, it's like holy shit. When the robots start playing amongst each other and are able to learn from themselves and actually do the stuff and create, that's pretty amazing.
yeah, well, I heard an estimate that with the evolution that we saw in 2023 and then the evolution in all of 2024, they said buckle up, because all of the evolution we saw in 2025, that level of evolution will be occurring every quarter in 2005 and even faster after that.
Yeah, I have no doubt. But as fast as all that stuff's moving, the adoption doesn't move that fast. You guys have a really good runway here to provide these services for clients. If any of you want to provide services, this is like when I got dropped into this business in 95, and everybody had heard of a website, everybody wanted a website, but it was like voodoo. Nobody knew how to do one. Nobody knew about hosting. It was a complete unknown. So the guys like me that got in and figured it out, it was just like all the money we would ever want right there at our fingertips. And this is kind of the same thing. Putting bots on sites, As soon as somebody sees that, they want it because nobody likes to waste their time. And it's a waste of time answering the same question over and over and over. When you can have an AI bot that can literally replace you for customer service and product support and all that kind of stuff, and you don't have to hire someone, you don't have to pay someone, you don't have to manage someone, that's like a dream come true. So anybody that sees this technology is going to want it. And it's like voodoo. It's just like hosting in the very beginning days. So there's a massive, massive opportunity for anybody that's looking for something to do and wants to supply these kind of services. You've got a good long runway. And as far as like what you can charge, just like in the beginning, you can charge a lot because it's like voodoo. There's very few people doing this. If you ask web developers, most web developers have no idea what you're talking about. So all you really need to do is get in front of groups of people and make them aware of the technology, and they will want it. They'll buy it from you. And it's super simple to implement this stuff. You can literally set up a bot in under an hour. And I'm being really generous with that. Under an hour, like probably more like 15 minutes. And then you can get an embed code and you can pop that into somebody's WordPress site. And then you can charge them month after month after month for it. It's just like hosting was in the beginning. You know, a lot of the sites, most of the sites I hosted back in 95, this will blow your mind. Most of them were paying me $200 to $500 a month just for the web hosting because they didn't know any better. It was back then, it was literally like voodoo, and there was no standard pricing. It wasn't until a decade later when you had everybody fighting to get hosting accounts. And then they took it down where you could buy a hosting account for $4 a month. It's absolute dog shit, but you could still get it for $4 a month. And there's a lot of people that like dog shit, apparently, because a lot of people.
Oh yeah, it is
That's
so
crap.
funny to watch them spend the $4 and then they're like, "Well, you review my website for me," and you ask them to bring it up, and it is kind to think about loading. Get what you pay for.
John, I want to jump in here with when you're selling this stuff. I I have been really wrestling with this whole thing now for the better part of many months to get the positioning right on one of these things. And I finally, in recovering from my traumatic brain injury that I've been wrestling with for the last 35 years, I think I'm finally back up on top of the ball instead of underneath the car at this point. But
What's the question?
the question or the thought is that I would put out there to the people is stop being consultants. Consultants, you can't charge for consulting at, that much. But if you go in and position yourself, and when you go in with these AI tools, particularly the more advanced ones, you go in as a strategic partner. And you can go into these companies and you don't just work for a monthly fee, you work for a percentage of the business. And it's a little bit more involved than just a consulting setup, but the rewards are 10 times that. And that's that. And I used to do that. And so that's what I'm going back to now that I've got a tool that's big enough, unique enough, and nobody else has access to it except me and, of course, the others on this call to go in there as a, would you like a strategic partner? I specialize in profitability and AI integration. And for that completely stops them. It does a mic drop, and they listen a whole lot differently than if you come in and say, well, I can do this little thing for you, and I charge you $500 a month or whatever. That's okay. And if you have enough people like you are, John, and you've been in the business 30 years successfully, that works. But for somebody that's like me, who I'm still wrestling to kind of get my mojo back, that's a much better positioning for having a sufficient amount of income from a fewer number of clients, and that will continue for years because now you are an equity partner in their business. They call it
I,
consulting for equity.
I
And
will
there's a
let
lot of,
you, I'll let you have that one, Richard. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot fucking pole.
well, I earned $1 million in 12 months doing it.
That's
Doing
awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to leave that to you. That every time I touch a scenario like that is an absolute can of worms. If I can't control the business, I don't want any part of it. And you know, a lot of the guys that are really sharp on that, like Roland and Perry used to do that. They would go in and they would do that model, but they'd get control of the business or they wouldn't touch it. And you know, if you can do that, that's a whole different can of worms.
well,
But
a strategic partner can have, this is my area of expertise, and they defer all actions to you in that thing. They won't do that with a consultant. With a strategic partner, they will.
yeah, yeah, like I said, that's a whole different animal. I don't think there's anybody here that would want to touch that. If they would, God bless them, send them on their way. That's a whole learning curve there. But like I said, every time I touched something like that, it was just a disaster for me. I like to remain in control, but the opportunity in supplying services for small businesses or even medium-sized businesses is absolutely massive. And that kind of brings us around to a whole industry that has collapsed. It's just literally imploded on itself, which is the SEO world, you know, which I exited out of gracefully before the implosion. It was already crumbling around me when I packed up my bags and left. But since then, I mean, it has gotten nothing but worse. And technology has technology always evolves. Technology always closes doors and opens windows. So the window that it's opened is AI. People are not going like they used to. I'm not saying that SEO is dead because it never will be, but playing the game is pretty difficult. And now a lot of that market share has moved to AI. There's a lot of people now that don't go to Google to ask their questions anymore. They go to Chat GPT or Perplexity and they say, "Hey, what's the best, so and so product and where do I get that? Who has the best prices?" And they're getting their answers from Chat GPT or Perplexity or any number of other AI programs. And this opens up a whole new world of optimization of how do you get the chat or how do you get the AI to put you at the top of the list when somebody asks for something. That's like the basis of SEO where it started. So here again is a whole nother opportunity, a whole nother world of opportunity. And I've been looking at, okay, what are the variables? Just like I did back in SEO, what are the variables that the engine is looking at to decide who it's going to recommend, who's going to be on top? And it's well, I'm not going to say it's very similar. It's somewhat similar to the algorithms of the search engines. But since it's so widespread on where it's getting its information, it can be a more difficult game, but nobody's playing it. So it's easy to win. And that's where you want to be. You want to be in a game that's easy to win. And I know some of you guys are not SEO fans. Some of you are like, "Oh my God, I don't even want to hear about that. It'll make my head explode." And that's okay. But for some of you, we're building, just like I've always done, we're building tools to throw the life ring or give you products to sell. And that's one I want to show you guys real quick here.
John, a quick question before you go in there.
Yeah.
Is site this the thing site pop is, are there enough people still using site pop that will still work? Because not for SEO, but the one thing that site pop did that nothing else does is that it will work with Amazon listings. And that is crucial. Nobody's doing that SEO. Is there still enough people with Site Pop that that will work?
Yeah, absolutely. There's still over 10,000 cell phones in the network. And we're probably going to do a new push toward getting more in because we haven't promoted that product for probably 3 years. That thing just keeps chugging along, just keeps doing what it's doing. And it's kind of one of those things, it's on a need to know basis. The agencies that know about it, they use the hell out of it. And no one else seems to know about it, which is kind of where I wanted it to begin with. I didn't want that to be mainstream. I didn't want like scrutiny put on that thing. So we launched it out, we got a big enough base and we just let the base run. But I think, after 3 years, it still works as good as it did the day I started it 10 years ago. But after 3 years of not promoting it at all, I think it's time to maybe light some fire under it again. And for those of you that don't know, we are doing a thing with ClickBank. Brady is setting up a deal with ClickBank, and they're projecting it to be between a 7 and an 8 figure launch. And this is going to be pretty exciting because I've never done that before. I've always done small launches, but this is going to be a big one through ClickBank. And we're combining Act with Quantum as a combo, an AI combo. And ClickBank, apparently, I was talking to several of their bigwigs last week, and they are really hungry for good quality offers. There's so many people that are pushing crap through the system that they're starting to lose some of their reputation. So they're looking for good stuff. So I talked to them about ACT and the quantum mix, and they said that just sounds like a match made in heaven. So we're going back to the drawing board, doing stuff I've never done before, like actually putting a marketing campaign together for ACT. And I sat there and I'm like, holy shit, I never did this for myself. I'm so busy doing it for everyone else. And one of the things that you'll find as a business owner is it's really easy for you to give advice to other business owners about how to market their business. But when it comes to your own, it's like all of a sudden you get lockjaw. All of a sudden, it's like you threw a wrench in the gears and they just stopped. And I'm no different. I'm no different. I don't have that magical power. So I'm sitting here going, well, what is ACT? I couldn't even come up with a coherent sentence to tell the guy what ACT was. So what we did was I had him download all the ACT videos, every training video out of ACT. He transcribed them. There's a software. He used Revoicer and another software to transcribe them and put all of the videos that I did in ACT, every training video is now in text format. We loaded it into the AI. We said, these are our course materials. We basically trained the AI on the ACT program. And then we said, what is this? How do we position it? And it started spitting out PowerPoint presentations, sales webinar presentations, website long form sales copy that absolutely blew my mind. I'm looking at it going, holy shit, this is every bit as good as anything I've ever seen. And it knew how to position the product like I never have. So now I'm taking that, putting that into our sales material and building proper sales pages, a proper PowerPoint presentation, and we'll be able to step this thing up and potentially do a 7 to 8 figure launch. And for those of you without a calculator, that's between $1 million and $10 million on a launch. So that's going to be a big step up for me. I have not done that before. And, this kind of goes back to our formula that we do every year of what are you going to do next year that's better? You look at your weaknesses, you look at your strengths, you look at your opportunities. Well, here's an opportunity for me to really level up my strengths and leverage AI to do it. But the cool thing also now is we have the knowledge base for analysis. We have the knowledge base for creation, and we have the knowledge base for traffic. So I can literally create 3 AI agents that specialize in everything act. And when you're in analysis, you could literally just ask the bot how to do your market segmentation, and it would help you with it. Or anything you want to know that I've taught, it will be there 24/7 to help you through. And then we'll have all the tools. We're going to actually move that learning into the quantum programs and retrain the quantum programs to make them even better. So really, really cool stuff. Like I had not leveraged knowledge bases to that point yet. But when we plugged them in and we trained the AI on our actual program, on the ACT program, I couldn't believe the output. It was like, holy shit, it's actually using ACT to promote ACT.
Don,
Without,
I assume since how you're doing this in ClickBank, we're going to be able to add the ACT/quantum thing to our palette of things that we can offer, I'm assuming.
yes, absolutely. Everything I've got is always available to you guys to sell as an affiliate. And you'll get, better affiliate commissions going right through our affiliate program than you would through ClickBank anyway. But ClickBank gives me a massive platform with thousands of affiliates to sell all in a choreographed manner when they do a launch. So this is like when you start getting emails from everybody you've ever heard of promoting a product. So that I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be really cool. And
Are
then
us exist are existing ACT members going to get the upgrade, or are we going to have to pay extra for having access to all the AI around ACT?
no, it's all going to be built in. So it's the program's just evolving. It's just getting better. So there's nothing new for you guys to buy. It's just you go along for the ride. But there are other programs I'm working on. Like we've got the Build a Becky bot. That's an upgrade charge. We're also working on that new bot system, the one that actually talks to you, which is really cool. And I think it's got the capability. I haven't really delved into it deep enough yet, but I think it's actually got the capability to call you. Like if you want to talk instead of text, you can put your phone number in and the bot will call you and talk to you. So pretty amazing. And they all have the transcripts of everything. So you can go into the admin panel and you can literally view any conversation that your bot has had and you can correct it. Like if it answered, and you don't like the answer, you have the ability to correct it so it learns and it knows for next time how to answer that question. Or if it's maybe answering questions you don't want answered, you can also correct it for that. So you can totally monitor what it's doing and affect its future by editing it. So it's really, I mean, this stuff it's next level mind blowing. It really is. It's absolutely awesome. And I know Gina's looking forward to that one. She wants more products to sell.
Yeah, I look forward to it, but like, I'm like this, I don't know what is stuck in my head. So many of the things that I've gotten of yours, I get stuck onto them, right? And that's why I'm on the call half the time listening and like sometimes I feel like I'm listening to the sales presentation but not getting the technical. description, which you're good at, John, which you're really good at. But anyway, no, it's like, I'm still struggling with Becky, still trying to get it right. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, you are absolutely right. And it reminds me again, I should do more training. You've seen the demo video for
I
Becky?
watched the demo video 7 times, John.
Okay. Did I miss something in there or do I just need to go?
I just am not getting it when I get it on my website, it's just not getting it to click right. And I'm like, I don't know whether it's something I'm screwing up or what. So
When you
if
say
you go to
not,
my Simply Z, I think it's Simply Z websites. I think I have it on that one right now, and it's just not right.
is
It's
it the
nothing like what I set up.
it's the answers are not right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Answers aren't right. The look isn't right. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong?
Okay, gotcha. I can look at it for you and see. Maybe we can use it as a case study.
Tim, one of the things I discovered when I was trying to build my bot is the good news and the bad news is the bots learn.
Yeah.
And and if you set it up and you give it a prompt and that sort of thing, and I found, man, that thing worked great the first time. The second time, not so much. And every time I used it, it got worse and worse because it was learning more and more, but it was always learning the wrong stuff or something wrong. So I'm not sure how you get it to learn what you want it to learn and then stay within those boundaries, because a lot of times they then go off, start hallucinating and creating new answers and stuff like that. What are you talking about? I mean,
Well, see, Richard, I want AI because I'm an idiot, and I want AI to make me not look like an idiot anymore.
But you can have it like if you take all your training and you put a knowledge base together and you train the bot, you can actually have an instruction to the bot that if there's questions asked that's outside the scope of its knowledge base, that you can prompt it to contact you for more information.
Mhm.
You can have it literally say, "Oh, that's a great question. You should probably set up a consultation because Tim can answer that for you personally."
No, I do believe it did give me I have one new lead that came in, and I do believe it was because it was is dealing with the bot that it's like they've got an appointment booked with me here in the next few days. But it's
Yeah.
again, I'm almost like, what I really need to do, John, is pay for some of your one-on-one time and just get this thing set up right. But yeah.
Yeah, you really need a strategy. Like if you have a bot, you can have just a general bot that can just answer general questions, but you can also have a strategy for that bot. You can have it do sales. You can have it do sales presentations. You can have it do customer support. You can have it do lead gen.
Mhm.
You can have it book your calendar, but you really have to train it to what you want it to do. Like Richard said, without much guidelines, it's just going to go out and learn, and you don't know what it's learning or what it thinks it should be doing because it's going to think it should be doing something.
Hmm.
And the deeper down the rabbit hole it goes, it could be going further and further the wrong direction for you.
Well, I mean, I got that, and I know I haven't gotten it yet, but well, no, I did. I did get one. I don't know, two people got um the ADA bot. Gina, I think one of them was Gina's. Is actually Gina's. I wanted on Gina's website, so we did it with you. We had two other people, I think, got it from you, and that's it. But that's one other thing these are additives that I can sell to my customers without me having to do the work. All
Yeah.
right. But apparently I have to do some work. Site Pop is another one. I'd love to be able to grab the concept behind it and offer it to my clients.
Yeah. That one's really easy.
Yeah.
That's literally a one-time setup and it just runs.
Well, then again, all right. And I think I've said this on the call before, and I know Jim has reached out to me quite a bit onto it, is like um, you understand Beaver Builder. Beaver Builder still to me is Greek. I understand Optimized Press, and all my websites are built in Optimized Press, and I can literally take any website and rebuild it with Optimized Press in probably an hour. All
Yeah.
right. But Beaver Builder, I will literally sit there and stare at the screen for 6 hours going, yeah.
Yeah, that's just comes down to like personal preference for tools. And I always tell somebody if you're comfortable with a tool, you should be using that tool. For me, Beaver Builder is what I learned on, and like I look at Elementor and some of these others, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's just not what I'm used to.
Well, that's me in optimized press. I mean, gosh, I mean, I've built in the past year 200 and some odd websites with optimized press.
Yeah,
Easy for me. And literally, most of them, I built the concept in an hour.
yeah. So there's no reason, like if you're that good at something, there's no reason for you to use anything else.
Thank you. I needed that.
Literally. I mean, why business should be easy for you.
Yeah.
You should be looking for ways to make it easy for you. If there's tools that are easier and better and you can get the same result, by all means. Like I tell everybody, if you like Go High Level, that's great. If Go High Level works for you and it's easier for you, I have no problem with that as long as you get what you need out of it. It's just I don't know it, so you can't lean on me for support to for how to do something. If you want that support, go with Kartra and Beaver Builder, and I can support the hell out of you. But but like for me, I'm not going to fight it either. Like you sit there and look at Beaver Builder and fighting to learn it. I'm not going to do that. Just like you shouldn't.
Okay, that's right there. It's worth the whole year of paying you right there.
Just use what works for you and what's easy. Don't let somebody else talk you into something.
Well, nobody has talked me into Go High Level yet. And I want to tell you, you know the world that we're in and how many people have tried.
I know. They can't get me either. They're just not going to do it.
But that being said, I didn't go with ClickFunnels when it came out because I could do almost everything that with between Optimized Press, WordPress on my website, and I was using I think one shopping cart at a time. I could do everything that I seen everybody doing, and I'm like, why switch?
Yeah.
And then Kartra, I went in and tried it, and I couldn't understand it. But you did the 2 day class. I watched the 2 day class, set up Kartra, and I remember because when I moved my first membership site over there, it took me 3 hours to set up. Now, that same membership site, when I first created it in 2011, took me 4 days. The second time when I had to rebuild it, took me 2 days. And on Kartra, it took me like 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So once you learn the tool, I mean, and that's why I said I learned Kartra. Like I stick with what I learned. But this case here, like I keep going, oh, I need to learn Beaver Builder. No, I don't.
No, you don't. It doesn't make sense for you to learn a bunch of stuff and be mediocre at all of it.
Mhm.
Pick what you're good at and be good at it and be the best there is at it.
Well, next is I've got to learn the bots because that's got to be in you know what I mean. The people on this call know that, but in my world here in Dallas, bots talking to people who are like bots on a website, they're going with all these people paying high dollars for their website, and I'm like, well, do they have a bot for you? Well, no. What's that? I said, well, had you gone with me, I could help you with that.
Oh, that's awesome. Let me get Randy here. Randy, you had your hand up there for a while.
Yeah, but I got strong arms.
All right, that's awesome.
Some simple question. Um, I've been asked a couple times about quantum AI versus some of the other programs that you offer about why is there only why can't we have one login for everything? And I don't have the answer to that question, and I don't know if you have it, but the question would be if you have several programs from you like the lead generation, quantum AI, or whatever, why do you have to have more than one? Why can't you just have one login for everything? I guess is the question.
Well, I have good answers for that, and I have bad answers for that.
Well, whatever the answer is, so I can answer the question to other people is fine with me.
The bad answer is the reality answer. And that is that they are completely different platforms that run independent of one another.
Right.
So the good answer is, well, you wouldn't want the same login for everything because if somebody broke in, they'd have access to everything you had.
Okay. Well, that's easy. Now I can answer the question.
But that's not the real answer is they're just different platforms. And generally on platforms, it'll generate a password for you. when an account is created. And that's what happens. That's the way Quantum works. That's the way Kartra works. That's the way WordPress works. So you're never going to find a solution anywhere that I've seen where you can have one account generate the same login as the next one because they're independent of one another.
So that basically securitizes your independent programs.
Yeah. Now, if you wanted to have the continuity across them, obviously they're all going to have different login URLs. There's no way to change that. But you can use the same email address. Generally, the email address becomes the username for the login. And then you can go reset and you can add the same password across all of your accounts if that'll make it easier for you. But that's not really a secure thing to do.
I
You
think,
should,
yeah, I think that answers the question very easily. So
okay.
I can answer their question and be done with it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But that's kind of the way I would approach that.
Thank you very much.
All right, Delilah, did you get your land legs back, or are you still swinging from being on the boat for 3 days?
I got them back pretty quick, but I did notice a difference at first. That was a lot of fun. That was definitely a memorable experience. Loved it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, my lungs are doing good too, because I don't know if anybody knows, I had a little bit of asthma for the last like several months, and I noticed my lungs have been clearing up really good. So I think that sea air was really very healthy for me.
Yep, that's why I spend so much time out there. I've had asthma since I was a kid, and every time I get out on the water, man, it's just good for your soul.
Yeah, it really is. It's good for your soul. It's good for everything, I think, you know?
And you
Um,
got to catch a fish too. That was
oh
really
my gosh, I'm so excited. It's my first fish I've ever caught. It was so cool. I have a question regarding affiliates and JV.
okay.
I've been toying with my Kartra account this week, and I was wondering, can I quickly share my screen so I could show you my specific question?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. It'll just be easier if I point to what I'm asking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got, okay, so I discovered here we've got the two little guys, which is the link to my affiliate page.
Yes.
But how do I determine which link is for JV versus affiliate? And what if someone wants to sign up to be an affiliate and a JV? And like, how does that work exactly?
Okay. So the link that you just got there,
Mhm.
that's not really to an affiliate page, that's to an affiliate sign up. So that is
Oh,
that's like the link that you would put on a button to sign up for my affiliate program.
okay.
You want to create an actual page in Kartra or in a WordPress site or wherever that's your affiliate page that gives all of your affiliate details, tells what products are available, what commissions they get, if there's any swipe files, any supporting marketing materials. You usually put that on what's called an affiliate page. That's
Mm,
typically your affiliate sign up page. And this is the link that you put on the button to sign up now.
I see. And that's the same link they would sign up whether it's an affiliate or a JV. Is that
But
correct?
when they sign up with this link, they're just an affiliate.
Hmm.
So the only way that they can't really sign up as a JV, they become a JV when they give out the JV link to other affiliates. So if you go into close this window out,
Okay.
and I don't know if you have any affiliates in here yet or not, but on the
I
left,
think I think
yeah,
you've been added as an affiliate.
okay. So click there and then click on me
Uh-huh.
and then click on the promotions at the top tab.
Promotions. Uh-huh.
And then this is where you would get the links for the affiliate. So this would be for me, for my affiliate. So if you click on the fast start link,
This one right here.
yes, that's where you get the links. And notice here's where you get the JV broker link to give me.
Oh,
So if I wanted to sign up as a broker, I would get that link and I would give that link out to other affiliates to sign up. And what happens is they sign up to your affiliate program under me, and I take the broker spot above
Got
them,
it.
and I get the override.
And
If
are
So
you
that's
able
yeah,
to be
that
an affiliate and a broker at the same time?
No, they're two separate links. So what the affiliate link is the link that I would give out to sell your product.
Ah, okay.
Broker link is the link I would give out to another affiliate that would sign up to sell your product. That,
Gotcha.
does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So if
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sell your product, I need the product link to send out to somebody to purchase your product. That's the affiliate link. If I knew somebody that had a big crypto group and I want to introduce them to become an affiliate for you and I want to get an override on all their sales, I would give that person the JV broker link. That doesn't take them to your product, that takes them to your affiliate to sign up as an affiliate under me.
Oh, I see. You would give them the JV broker link. They would sign up as an affiliate,
Correct. And then
and
they
then you
sell your stuff and I get a commission cut on top of that, the JV broker fee.
okay, got it. That makes sense.
So that's how it works. And this is how you get the links for it.
Okay, great. And then I had another question about this. Let's see, affiliate. Oh, and then the percentages.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes.
I've been toying with them a little bit. I remember you said that you're basically getting a customer that you wouldn't have had without the affiliate or
Yep.
JV. So are you thinking like,
If
what do you think would be good? Like 30
well,
or 40% for the affiliate and 10% for the JV broker? Or what are the percentages that make
it
sense for this kind of thing?
it depends on the product that you're selling.
Hmm.
Like in my case, most of the stuff I sell it takes no effort on my part. So it
Hmm.
literally is pure profit.
Hmm.
So when that's the case, I'll usually give 50% to the affiliate on the first sale,
Hmm.
and I'll usually give between 10 and 25% to the affiliate to the broker on the
Hmm.
first sale. And then I usually pull the percentage back on the recurring to 25%. And sometimes it's 25, 25, sometimes it's 25 and 10. It just kind of depends on the product.
Hmm.
so
And then what
like
is the
yeah, I
product?
don't I do on my websites. I give Craig 25% up front and then 20% on every month when they renew. That's a better explanation of that.
Yeah.
And then if it is something that I'm actually actively doing, like teaching people or requires a little bit more effort, then the percentages change, or like
Yes.
and
Yeah.
how big my classroom gets kind of thing.
Well, it's how much effort. Like for Tim, he's given 25% where I would give 50, but I'm not doing any work. He's having to build a whole website. So he doesn't want to give up 50% to an
Mm-hmm.
affiliate where he's doing all the work.
Yes,
So
that makes sense.
you really have to look at your business model, your profit margin, what it takes for you to fulfill and how much that's worth as to how much you need to keep on your side to still make it worth your while.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me with digital products, it's almost 100% profit. So I can give up a lot and not get hurt. And when I do that, I could literally give up the whole thing on the front end. I wouldn't care because I've acquired a customer now that I'm going to have for life. It's like if
Mm-hmm.
I give up everything on the front, I could literally make thousands of dollars over the next 10 years on that person throughout the whole life cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got a one-shot deal and it's heavy, intensive to deliver, then you can't do that. You
Mm-hmm.
have to make your money up front, not on the back end. This is where back end offers are the key component for you to grow. If you're like you should be majorly focused on back end offers. And I say this, but I'm not really that focused. Like all of my stuff is recurring, but I don't have like big high ticket back end offers that I'm hammering like a lot of guys do. I've got enough people paying a little bit that I'm very comfortable, and then anything new coming in, it's just like free money. So it's it's just the way that I run mine. So you've got to literally look at what your business model is, how it all works, and figure out, what's right for you.
That makes sense. When you say focus on back end offers, can you explain what you mean by that?
Yeah, like a back end offer is if, let's say, somebody came to me and they wanted to buy a website. I'll use Tim's model. So they buy a website, that's
Mhm.
the first sale. And then I'm automatically going to put them into a hosting account.
Mhm.
That's a follow-up back end offer. And then later on, I'm going to offer them a bot. And then I'm going to offer them ADA services. And then I'm going to offer them SEO. And then I'm going to offer them marketing assistance. So it's all the stuff you sell after the fact is back end offers.
Mm.
If you don't have any back end offers, you have to make all your money on the front end, and it puts a lot of pressure on how much profit you have to do, what you have to price it at, and how much you can share to get new business.
That makes sense. I see exactly what you mean. Hmm.
So if you're heavy on your back end offers, you can give it all away on the front end. You can look like, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread to your affiliates and your customers, and you'll come out better than you would have because of your back end offers.
Got it. So
Harry
for
Belcher actually kicks in and says he's willing to lose money on his first sale because
Yeah,
he makes up on the back end.
yeah, absolutely. That's where Agura kind of figured that out. They almost threw in the towel. They literally almost closed the business model when they went digital because they were finding it was taking more than a 1 month. They were selling subscriptions and they were going in the hole. And they literally almost threw in the towel until Clayton Makepeace came in and slapped them silly. He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Take a step back and look at the whole picture. Yeah, you might be spending 3 months, to acquire this customer. You're not going to make any money for 3 months, but then you're going to make profit, clean, clear profit for the next 9 months. So it's like an investment. You're investing in a customer. That customer is going to make you money. It's just like investing. It's like buying a crypto. Maybe that thing's going to sit there. Maybe it's going to go down for 3 months, but then in the next 9 months, it's going to make you rich. Was it a bad thing to go in the hole for a little while you're waiting? No, it's an investment. So if you take a step back and you look at client acquisition as an investment, you just got to make sure you're not making bad investments. Make sure you've got the back end to make up, make sure you're acquiring the right customers so they don't drive you nuts. That's kind of the game. You're literally investing in customers.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
do have one more Kartra related question. Is it all right if I ask one more Kartra related
sure.
question? Okay, I
Absolutely.
need to share my screen again.
Okay.
So I'm super excited. We've got my website going, we've got all the buttons working, but I realized that my product descriptions are not there. Are those going to be developed in Pages?
Oh, yes, you can create a page for those. What I did was the only thing I had there available was the buttons. So I just made the buttons live so they could purchase.
Mhm.
What we can do is we can have them click to that to get a bigger product description before they do the buy button.
That's great. And that would be created here in Pages here. Is that
Yes,
correct?
you can create those pages in Kartra. Or if you have the pages already, I think you have pages somewhere else, but you're trying to get rid of those.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I would rebuild those in Kartra, and then you'll have everything in Kartra that you need, and you'll be ready to go.
And is
John,
this,
I copied your affiliate page and basically duplicated the idea in Kartra. So
Yeah,
look at John's affiliate sign up page. I've
oh,
seen
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but a lot of times that's what you do when you guys creating websites. If you don't understand it, you've got to do something, Kartra. Look at what someone else did, copy the model, and just put your own content in it.
yeah.
I like that. So I'll look at John's affiliate page. And then for my product page, is this the area plus pages?
Uh-huh.
And
You
how do I
just
distinguish between the AI versus the super crypto girl stuff?
Yeah, you basically what you're going to want to do, because your pages are going to be similar from product to product.
Hmm.
So I would create one page, I would get it dialed in, and then I would just clone it. Once the page is complete, I would clone it, make your edits for the next product, and you're done.
Okay, great. So this allows me to then tell it what product it is
Yeah,
specifically.
and you can either pick a template. If you see a template that you like, you can scroll through all the templates, or if not, you can just build a blank page and build it from scratch.
Okay, that's great. Okay,
They
awesome.
have, they have a ton of really cool templates in here.
And then
That way you're just replacing the content. Makes it super simple.
do I need to tell it what industry or any of these things here? Is
You
that
can, or you can just scroll them all. They'll go forever, but you can search for something specific if and see if they have something for you.
okay? And then how do I distinguish it from one of my crypto pages versus my AI pages? Is there a
When you go in here, you can categorize them here. So
uh-huh.
you can create a category for pages and you can call it crypto, and then all your crypto pages could be categorized.
I see by manage my categories
Mhm.
here.
Yeah,
Got it.
that'll allow you to create a category if you don't have one.
Got it. Okay, fantastic.
Yep.
Ah, thank you so much.
All right, no problem. So I'm going to go to Russ next, but I have an ask for you guys. Since we're doing this launch, I'm going to need some good testimonials, which I have never gotten for the ACT program. I've never focused on that. So if anybody's got anything good to say about like their experience with the ACT program, if it's caused less frustration for you, if it's cleared things up for you, anything basically positive. Let's stick to the positive things that I can potentially use to put on my pages for the ClickBank launch. That would be awesome. You can just email those to me at john@internetdominators.com. If you've got a picture you want included in there, I would love to feature you on that page. So that would be really cool. I don't ask you guys for a lot, but that would be very meaningful to me to have those. All right, Russell.
Hey John, how you doing?
Good. I got your email. I was going to actually hit that a while ago, and we keep getting sidetracked.
That's why I'm reeling you back in.
All right. Well, cool.
30
I
minutes ago, you started talking about
I
AI and the search engines, and you got
yeah,
sidetracked.
I started to go down that track, and now I will share and show you what I've been, and this has to do with the transition from SEO to what I'm calling AIO. It's optimization for AI. And again, the whole goal of this is to get AI to recommend you when somebody goes to AI and asks for what you do or what products you offer. So I'm going to share the screen and you'll notice this might look similar. This looks very much like Quantum, doesn't it? Because it's a white label version. I'm calling it the AIO Dominator. And Quantum made the logo. It's kind of a cool superhero looking logo. And when you log in to the AIO Dominator, there's a whole new set of tools. This is not what's inside Quantum. These are tools for optimizing for AIO. So there is an AIO proposal generator. What this will do is this will analyze someone's website and kind of give them what they need to do to AIO it. It'll do a report. This is a business profiler to kind of
I'm
redo
on the phone, John.
descriptions and all that kind of stuff. You've got a schema markup. The schema is slightly different for the AI. So this will create schema codes for any of your web pages. There's a keyword generator because how do you do optimization without keywords? Everybody's going to ask for keywords. So there's a keyword generator. And then we go into the content generators. So this would create optimized content for particular pages on your website, like the home page. your services pages, your contact page, your blogs. This is for FAQ if you want to optimize an FAQ. This is for commerce if you've got, let's say you need commerce descriptions for your products and stuff. And this is just a general content optimizer to optimize just any kind of content you want. And then the other thing that I've realized, social media profiles are important also because the AI is spidering everything. The AI at an instant can know who you are based on where you show up on the internet. So optimizing for all these social media profiles. So this is the way, this will kick out optimized content for all these different social media platforms. You don't have to use all of them, but the more of them that you use, the more optimized you'll become for AI to recommend you. So how cool is this so far
Wow.
on a level of 1 to 10?
Like
Love it.
beyond 10. It's way beyond 10.
And then we also have a couple of other things. This lead flow program here, this is actually giving you leads from people that are looking for this service. So that is plugged right in. And then we've also got a community for the people that are doing this to all kind of talk amongst each other and share their secrets, share their successes, share their frustrations and all that. And it's built right in. So this is another thing I've been working on behind the scenes. And, last year was really cool when we did the year end and I was able to look at how much I actually did last year because I looked at the previous year and it was just pathetic. And I'm like, I'm going to change some things. And then looking at what all I had done last year, it really kind of motivated me to just drive into this year and just really kick ass. If nothing else, just to show you, I'm not just sitting here blabbering. I'm building stuff right in front of your very eyes. So, Russell, go back to you.
Wow. How long have you had that under the hood?
It's been in construction for a little while.
I
But
guess I
it's
gotta,
ready. It's basically ready to roll out now. I haven't sold it to anybody. No one's got it except me.
yeah.
But it is to the point where it's ready to go.
So if I play with that, I guess that's going to answer all my questions.
I still, and you guys are going to hate this, I still have to do all the tutorials for it. That's kind of one of my biggest weak points is I'm great at building shit. I can make a snowstorm. It's just I can't shovel the snow behind me.
Hey, John, there's this new thing called AI. I bet it could probably help you with that.
I know. And I got to tell you, like watching when Brady was out here, we were kind of sitting back, kicking stuff around. And I said, it would be awesome if we had all the transcript from all the ACT programs. And the next thing I know, he's got it done. He's like, okay, what's next? Now, what do you want to do with it? And, we fed that into the AI and it started creating presentations, sales pages. I'm just like, holy shit, for the first time ever, we now know how to position ACT because that's just something I've never done. It's like I'm just sitting here going, what is this thing? I know it's cool and it's awesome and this and that, but how do I convey that? Well, now with the AI, I know how to convey it. So thanks to Brady for doing that ominous task of, of transcribing all that stuff. But I got to tell you, he just knocked it out. No
I got
sooner did I
about
tell him
four
what I
more
wanted.
videos. I got about four more videos on SitePop and it'll be knocked out and we can chew the fat on that. But this AIO, you're gonna have to do like 14 videos for me, John, on some training so I can do the same thing.
Yeah, I will do that. Not a problem. We're going to give Revoicer a run for its money. All right, Randy, back to you.
So it's your fault I'm asking another question. It seems obvious to me, but you may not answer the question the way I would like you to answer the question. If we get our websites built by yours truly and we want to update our website or AI our website, are you going to, are your people going to be able to do that for us?
We can. I can show you how to do it in Beaver Builder.
Okay, all right. We'll
So
we'll do it
either
that way then maybe. Okay,
either way. Yeah.
all right, great. Then you did answer it the way I'd like to hear it.
Yep, absolutely. It's whatever flavor you like. You're at the ice cream booth. You get to order whatever flavor you like.
All right, thanks.
Some of the flavors do cost more though.
Yeah, when you're putting toppings on there and cherries and nuts, of course, and then the hot fudge, even though it's messy, costs more. Just make sure we have a bib and napkins.
I don't even know if we should get into discussing the dessert product that Brady made for everyone on the boat.
Oh wow.
His
You
dessert
should
was
not.
delicious. It was fantastic.
It was very yummy, but you shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's proof. That is absolute proof that what happens on the boat stays on the boat.
They
And,
have to make it to the next training, John. They
and
have to pay a price to hear that one.
And it's worth the price of admission too. It was awesome. Oh man, that's classic. Well, we have three of our four participants on here. We got Ben, Delilah, and Gina. They were all on the boat this weekend. Anything you guys want to share about the experience or how that went?
I am very excited to be able to call myself an app developer. I had no idea I would ever be able to claim that title, but now I can. Based on
Absolutely.
having an AI platform that actually enables me to train it to do yet another little function. And I'm also very excited that this morning, just this morning, I had a conversation with someone who is key in my audience. I did a CLE today for a group of lawyers on workflow automation,
There you,
and
there you go, talking dirty again to us. CLE, what does that mean?
I'm sorry. CLE stands for continuing legal education. So, you have a law license, you're required to have a certain amount of continuing education to maintain your license.
Gotcha.
So, I got approved by the Florida bar for one technology credit, which actually the technology credits are very valuable because not just anything will qualify for that. So, I actually had a really well attended session today. And I was talking to the person who runs this particular organization that I partnered with to put it on. And she asked me if I was going to be talking about AI. And I said, actually, no, I'm not. Because what we're talking about is configuring workflows in practice management software. However, I actually have a new platform that does AI that I'm going to be rolling out to law firms, and she was so excited about it, and she said we can do another CLE on just that. So now I have to create a presentation that the Florida bar will approve, and I can present that and start selling my white label quantum for lawyers. And you already saw my very long list of apps that I intend to create. And what's amazing for anyone who, I mean, there's four of us that have gotten started, but for anyone else who would consider white labeling the product and selling it and learning how to use the app builder that you get when you white label, like really it takes a matter of minutes to create a new app. So I have a list of probably 100 apps, and I can probably get it done. I could do like the lowest hanging fruit in the next couple weeks and launch the product and then continue doing it. And I'm actually considering putting in an app request form. That way, the users can say, I would like an app that does this, and I can take requests.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually did that in the beginning. I said, what do you guys want apps for? And as soon as they would say it, I would say, well, go test it. Here it is. It blew people's minds.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah, so uh it was it was very useful, and like literally, like as you said, we launched a new business in 3 days, and it was cool.
And while we were bobbing around at sea,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we ate fresh fish.
yeah.
Yes. And Gina caught a fish too, and her fish matched her hair and her outfit. It was really cool. I got a picture of it.
And unfortunately, it was a variety of fish that was out of season, so we had to throw it back. So we unhooked it, threw it back, and no sooner did it hit the water than a seal ate it anyway.
That sea lion man, it just gobbled it up. It was
Oh, it
such
was terrible. I was really upset. I'm like, oh, okay, so this guy's supposed to live. We'll let him live, and the seal decided not to let him live.
yeah, it was the prettiest fish in the sea too. It sucked.
I don't know. When I'm
Good
getting
time was
fish, I
had
don't
by
care if it
all.
matches my hair. I'm just saying. I wouldn't know how that stuff tastes.
I think she was commenting on how it made for a cool picture.
It really did. It was beautiful. You should have seen it. We'll show you the picture later. It's nice. Um,
As
I'm gonna
Delilah was pulling her fish up, the seal was after it. It actually grabbed it by the tail, and I yanked it out of his mouth so she could get it.
Yeah, John saved my fish because that seal, I was a first time fisher, so I didn't realize I had competition in the sea. And here I was, got my first fish, and that seal almost got my fish.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was really profound. I'm excited because I have so many apps I want to build now. I want to develop so many of these apps. You have no idea. And I had started with the filmmakers app, and I was going to do some for actors. And then all of a sudden, I got invited to this like how to use AI for your acting, letters to agents and casting directors. And I just, I think I paid $35 or something to join this little webinar or seminar. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, we could totally develop all of these different apps for these people. And I know so many people that have big lists that I can partner up with them, like affiliates, right? And so I have so many people I could be partnering up for those apps, and I kind of got an idea of what actors actually really need, at least the beginnings of it. So I got really excited about that. I also have crypto apps I want to make, and then I'm going to finish my filmmakers one first, though. But I feel like the possibilities are endless, and my creative juices are flowing, and I'm very excited about this process.
That's awesome. Yeah, and the other thing a lot of people don't realize is with one white label application, you can create multiple roles and then you can sell the role as a product. So with the role, you can attach different apps inside there. Like she might sell one to filmmakers and it would have just the filmmaker tools in that role. So when they sign up, they just get that tool set. And then, she could sell one to bookkeepers or accountants or whatever, and then they would get their tool set when they sign up. So with one product, you can have a multitude of different things for sale. It's all inside one hood. It's really, really cool. So I know Gina, I don't know how many rolls she's got cooking by now, but
I think I started with 6 right out of the gate, but I'm probably gonna have more than that.
yeah. Yeah,
I think I'll have at least a dozen too, at least.
yeah, I had to really kind of put the reins on it because here's one that I was gonna just like put all the apps into Quantum. And what I realized, I've had more people that fell out because they were overwhelmed because there was too many apps in it. So what I've decided to do is like parse them down and actually create more roles myself. And that way, if somebody wants more, you can go in and you can take any user that is paying you and you can manually adjust their role. Like if you've got somebody that wants more and they can handle more, you can give them more. but your normal user, you don't want to overwhelm them. So I would start with like maybe a light mode that only has maybe 3, 4, 5 tools in it. And then you can upgrade them and say, we have a pro version that's got a dozen tools. It'll do this and this and this over what you already have. And you'll get people that'll want that. And then you'll get people that want the whole enchilada. They'll want the full boat mode. And you can say, well, there's over 50 tools available for all different niches. You can pick and choose what you want. We also, I refer to this as woo woo. We've had so many people ask me for tools for woo woo, like astrology and, zodiac signs and all this kind of stuff. So I created a suite and I put them in a folder, and the folder is called woo woo, and it's got a whole slew of tools in there. So in a white label, you can take any of my tools and you can make them your own. You can rebrand them, relabel them, rename them, whatever you want. And you can use those as a base, and then you can add your own on top of it, or you can throw mine all out the window and just make your own, whatever you want.
Can I label mine as the simple easy and the complicated easy?
Sure. That's like simple and pro. Yeah.
What's the white label running right now, John?
It's 97 a month for the white label. And then the seats, you pay for a seat license for each user you add to the program. It's $9 a seat. And then you can sell it for whatever you want. So you might sell it for 47. Your cost per user is going to be 9. And it doesn't matter how many apps you add, that it's just $9 a seat. That's going to be your cost for the user. You can sell them. You can have a light version where maybe you sell it for 20 or 30 bucks. You can have a pro, maybe 97. And then the superhero version, 197, whatever you want to do. So it's pretty cool. And you don't have to go out on the boat to get it done, because like I said, I've been creating the materials, the tutorials, and literally created a step-by-step PowerPoint of every click that I did to build these things for the 4 that were on the boat. So if you can follow that and just click what I was clicking and do what I was doing, you should be able to handle it.
Last but not least, you got to do the God mode
Yep.
versions of those too.
Yeah. That God mode is a lot of conceptual. There's, like Gina said, you can literally have a tool in minutes. There's not that many like fields to fill out to create the tools, but God mode was a lot of conceptual. So I'll probably just open Zoom up and start recording and just, talk my way through the conceptual part of it and make a video out of it for that. But the actual portion of creating a tool, you have a name to it, you have a short description, you have an icon logo that you can create with Quantum, and then you basically tell it what you want the tool to do. And God mode writes the code for the tool. So you don't have to know coding, you just need to tell it what you want the tool to do, and it will write the code to do that. And then you can put input fields, like what you want your user to put in. And what I do, I gave everybody my Perplexity script for writing the tools. And in the Perplexity script, it actually tells you what to put in each box. So it even takes the guesswork out of it. It'll name the tool for you. It'll give you the description. It'll give you the code or the prompt to generate the tool. And then it'll also tell you what inputs you need to have the user input information to make the tool work. So I flat out made this thing an absolute no-brainer. It's probably the easiest, most documented thing I've ever put out. So it's
Make sure you do the same thing for SitePop, because I think that with SEO not dead, but in ICU, the fact that you can do it for Amazon and the other, and Bing, you know, the other
Yeah.
search engines, that would be the place to focus it to, because uh, the new AI tool reduces the need for Google. That takes care of all the Google stuff, but SitePop does all the other things other than Google, and I think that's just called a small pivot. But I think that being able to pivot and focus on the other ones other than Google, and then you have the other. I'm having a senior moment here. My brain supplement I ran out a week ago, and I'm already feeling it. The one that generates the leads off of Google, you know, solves the Google search problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's quite an empire we're building here under the Dominator lid. Lot of fun. We're gonna have fun this year. That's for sure. We got the gears turning. I'm even staying ahead of Russ. He asked me this morning, and I'm like, "Oh, you're just on cue for that one."
How'd I do? I fed you.
I was standing at the plate, all wound up, waiting for that one to come over the plate.
There we go.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, anything else today before we wrap up? All right. Well, for Ben, Delilah, and Gina, we're going to do a follow-up here um, right after this. So give me about 10 minutes and just hop back on here and we'll get back together with you. And everybody else, we'll see you next week. Have a great week and get out there and do some damage.
Oh, sure. To go catch.
Bye.
See you guys.
Okay, see you again, 10 minutes.